धरती पाताल, तू ही सागर में रमता, तू धरती पाताल, जल में नभ में और जगत में तेरी जय जयकार। गोविंदा जय गोविंदा जय गोपाला, जल में नभ में और जगत में तेरी जय जयकार। मेरे मन मंदिर के स्वामी, मेरे मन मंदिर में स्वामी, तुझसे ही उजियाला। मुरलीधर गोपाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला, मुरलीधर गोपाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला। जय गोविंदा गोपाला मनमोहन श्याम कन्हैया, मुरलीधर गोपाला घनश्याम नंद के लाला। जय गोविंदा गोपाला। बंसी बजैया रास रचैया, काली नाग नथैया, बंसी बजैया रास रचैया, काली नाग नथैया। राजा हो या दीन भिखारी, राजा हो या दीन भिखारी, तू सबका रखवाला। मुरलीधर मुरली बजैया रास रचैया, काली नाग नथैया। जिसका कोई नहीं इस जग में, उसका मीत कन्हैया, उसका मीत कन्हैया। राजा हो या दीन भिखारी, तू सबका रखवाला। मुरलीधर गोपाला गोपाल नंद के लाला, मुरलीधर गोपाला श्याम नंद के लाला। जय गोविंदा गोपाला, जय गोविंदा गोपाला, जय गोविंदा गोपाला, जय गोविंदा गोपाला, जय गोविंदा गोपाला।
जो तेरी इच्छा कर तू भगवन, मैं तो दास तुम्हारा, मैं तो दास तुम्हारा। जो तेरी इच्छा कर तू भगवन, मैं तो दास तुम्हारा, मैं तो दास तुम्हारा। स्वर्ण न मांगो रजत न मांगो, स्वर्ण न मांगो रजत न मांगो, मांगो न महल दो महिले, मांगुन महल डुमखिले सुग वैभव मांगुन जगत के सुग वैभव मांगुन जगत के मांगुन यश की धारा जो तेरी
प्रतिष्ठापनं समर्पयामि नमः। ओम अदितेन मन्यस्वा ओम अनुमतेन मन्यस्वा ओम सरस्वतेन मन्यस्वा ओम देवसविधप्रथमा ओम ज्ञानान्त्वा गणपतिगं नमामहे कविं कवीनागुभमस्रभद्रमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पद आनस्रड्डन्नोदिभिस्ते दधातनघ्ये स्वाहा। ओम श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लां ग्लौं गंगनपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वसमानय स्वाहा। ओम श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लां ग्लौं गंगनपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वसमानय स्वाहा। ओम श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं ग्लां ग्लौं गंगनपतये वरवरद सर्वजनं मे वसमानय स्वाहा। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिषबन्धनात् भृत्यात्मत्ते जमामृता स्वाहा। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिषबन्धनात् भृत्यात्मत्ते जमामृता स्वाहा। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिषबन्धनात् भृत्यात्मत्ते जमामृता स्वाहा। ओम ज्ञानाम्बिकायै विद्महे महातपायै धीमहि तन्नो गौरी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तस्मै प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं जलन्धं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा। ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं जलन्धं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा। ओम वज्रनकाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णदंष्ट्राय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम ब्रह्मा मुरारे त्रिपुरान्धकारे भानुद्दते भूमिसुतो बुधस्ते गुरुश्च शुक्रः शनिराहुकेतवः सर्वे ग्रहाः शान्तिकरा भवन्तु स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा।
Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Natu Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Natu Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Natu Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Natu Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Natu Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Natu Narayan Vasudeva Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 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 Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Natu Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govind Hare Murari He Natu Narayan Vasudeva He Natu Narayan Vasudeva
It's 10 o'clock, we start. This morning, we give, this puja is done in the memory of all those who participated in this Shraddha Paksha, Mahalaya Shraddha Paksha, especially to Kilesh, Pandit Kilesh Narayan, Pandit Kilesh Mathura from New York, Long Island. This is especially done for him, and we hope that hopefully he's listening and he will be participating with us. And also all those people who contributed for today's Mahalaya Pitra Paksh. We ask Bhagavan to bless all the Pitras and may they get peace and happiness. Asangoham, 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 punah punah.
Asangoham, 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 punah punah.
Satchidananda Rupoham,
Satchidananda रूपोऽहम्
अहमेवा हमव्यया
अहमेवा हमव्यया
I don't know why the prayer is off on the screen, but there you are. Can we put the prayer back on the screen, please? I don't know why they take the prayer off every day, put it on. Anyhow, asangoham, asangoham. This is really related to this Pritipaksh time. Who am I? I am not this physical body. I am unattached. And this is the meaning of it. Asangoham, 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 punah punah.
असङ्गोऽहम् 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 पुनः पुनः
Satchidanandarupoham
सच्चिदानन्दरूपोऽहम्
ahameva hamavayam
अहमेवा
Sharanagati mantra, we lay our hearts at the feet of the Bhagwan and we pray. And as we pray this morning, we pray, please remember, this is the last day of Pitipaksh. We pray and ask for all your ancestors. Dadharmanishtosmi charatmavede na bhakti madhva Charadavinde Akincha Ananya Bhakti Sharanya Tvatpadamula Sharanam Prapadye. Guru Surya hai, Chanda Guru hai.
गुरु सूर्य है चंद्र गुरु है
Guru hai Purna Prakash.
गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश
Guru Surya hai, Chanda Guru hai.
गुरु सूर्य है चंद्र गुरु है गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश
We pray to our respected gurus and ask them to take care of our ancestors. Guru ke charanon mein milta hai, Guru ke कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वां बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै श्रीनारायणाय इति समर्पयामि।
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश।
This prayer, which is of course not on the board, as you can see the meaning of it, you give your whole mind, your body, your speech, and this is very important in today's talk. What we do is samarpan kare. We give everything to the Lord. This is you, my Lord. So it's a very important prayer. करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायति समर्पयामि।
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण
मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दनं यत्पूजितं मया देवा परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे।
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश।
Let it choose the violin, take you far away from here. Take you far away to this cosmos where your Pitras are. Shantakaram bhujagashainam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasadisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmirkantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Hriday Dhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaikanaatham।
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण
He Gopal Radhe Krishna Govinda Govinda
हे गोपाल राधे कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंदा।
He Gopal Radhe Krishna Govinda Govinda
हे गोपाल राधे कृष्ण गोविंद गोविंदा।
He Gopal Radhe Krishna Govinda Govinda
हे गोपाल
Gopal, Radhe Krishna, Govinda, Govinda, Hey Gopal, Radhe Krishna.
Govinda, Govinda.
काश आप लोग ऐसे हर दिन बीत जाएंगे तो we wish that we could just sing like this all the time. Satsang. For your Pitras, this is one of the criteria. Singing of Bhagwan ke naam for your Pitras. Now, why we do Pitra Puja? Very important. Many people don't understand why we do Pitra Puja and why we do Pinda Danam, why we do that. You see, this body, the Atma, is all pervasive. Even when the body is lifeless, the Atma is still there because it's what? Because the Atma is all pervasive. But what we have to understand, we have a physical body called Sthula Sharira. Okay? Physical body. In that physical body, there is something called Sukshma Sharira. The Sukshma Sharira has no form, has no shape. Okay. If you have a computer, and the computer has its little box, which is its brain, then there are a lot of wires coming out of the computer. Is that all your nerves and your blood vessels, all that. And then there's a little aspect to the computer which controls everything. All that is physical. But unless the computer, that's called hardware. You all got it? Everybody understand that? Hardware? But the computer cannot function unless it has a software. And that software has no physical form. Is that what's okay? You all understand this? I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. So the physical computer is only enlivened when it's plugged into a current. That current is like the sun that you see there. See the sun in the picture there? The sun that you see there, that is the current. And that current shines its ray into that bucket of water. You see that bucket of water there? That bucket is a computer like. All the computer, and the sun is, but the computer cannot function, or the bucket is of no use unless it has water in it. So that water, which you can see as a form there, but in the computer, the software is something that you have to upload and download when you change the computer, as you all know from time to time. So the physical body is dead. The subtle body remains. This is what you do the puja for. Everybody understand? No confusion here, right? Is that simple, straightforward? So that subtle body, what does it have in it? The subtle body has all your thoughts, all your emotions, all your mind, everything is in, all that is in there. Thought, memories, everything is in there. Your vasanas, your tendencies are there. And that is why the subtle body does not die. It grows, and this is what you do. This is what you do the Pitra Puja for. For the subtle body, you do that puja, and you go up to the 10th day. It's called Prit. After the body is dead, that is called Prit. That Prit then goes, and on the 10th day, you have to do where that Prit now becomes and live in the body, because what you are doing this Pitra Puja for is that you're asking this subtle body that leaves the physical body, that subtle body wants to get into another physical body. Whether it's an animal, whether it's a frog, whether it's a snake, whether it's another human being, but it wants to get into a body. And the 10th day, up to the 10th day, it then becomes like a get into a body, and that is why on the 12th day, now we get into a body. What does it body wants now? The body wants water and it wants food. And on the 12th day, you feed the Brahmins and you do tarpan. Tarpan, you do tarpan with water and till, etc., etc. I'll tell you why we do till. And you do tarpan, and the tarpan is there to quench the thirst of the Pitras. And when you give the Brahmins the food to eat, the Pitras, they eat that food, or the Prit, it's a silk Prit. The Prit, he eats that food. Why? When the Brahmin, and this is why you must feed Brahmin who has this type of knowledge then. You understand what I'm saying? Or who has lived this life. That when you give them this food to eat, not anybody who says, oh, I'm a Brahmin, or they don't do anything whatsoever. Oh, you know why I'm a Brahmin? Kya Brahmin? I don't believe in that. I believe in a Brahmin who does his karma. And that, when you do that to that Brahmin, when he eats that food, the Pitras eat the food. So you'll say to me, Dr. Dubey, you're supposed to be a surgeon and all. How can you believe this thing? Right? How can you believe that when the Brahmin eat the food, it goes to your ancestors? That's a very valid question. It's just like if you are in India and your child is in America and he asks you for money, what do? You go to the bank, the transaction is done at the bank in Delhi or wherever, and the money is in America. But there's no physical transfer. It's all done through this subtle system, isn't it? So this is how, if we can believe that today, and especially with Corona and all this Zoom and what do you call this, virtual, all these virtual things we do today, everything's done virtually. Huh? The only thing that is not done virtually is your food. So when you're at home doing your work, instead of eating 3 times a day, at home you eat 8 times a day. Because if you're hungry, go to the kitchen, you get something to eat again. So, besides that, so this, when the Brahmin eats the food goes to the ancestors. So you understand? 10th day you have to do to clean the whole place off. And you see, when the life leaves the body, that subtle body I'm talking about, you see the water in the bucket? The bucket is a physical body, and the water is a subtle body then. You got it? So when the bucket gets old, like who? When the body gets old, the bucket starts to fall apart. And the water, when the bucket starts to fall apart, what happens to the water? The water leaks out. It leaks out. And it leaks out and leaks out and leaks out until the bucket becomes empty. And when the bucket becomes empty, the subtle, Sukshma Sharir, or the subtle body, left the bucket. You all understand that? Left, and is gone, and then it waits for a new bucket to come. A young bucket, a little young bucket, and it goes into there. The water goes into that young bucket, that strong bucket, that good bucket. But what does its Sukshma Sharir carry? And I want you all to understand this clearly. What does the Sukshma Sharir carry? The Sukshma Sharir carries all your karmas. It carries all your tendencies. So it goes from this body, and if your karmas are bad and you have not fulfilled, and if it has not been worked out yet, that karma will then translate and goes into the new body. All the desires will go into that body. That's why some people like smoking, some people like drinking, some people like telling lies, some people are arrogant, some people don't smile, some people smile, very few people are humble, most people are not humble. All this are tendencies. So why we do the pinda? The pinda is like a rice ball, a rice ball? Because the ball is how we come into this earth. Remember, there's an egg from your mother and a sperm from your father. Got it? But the egg has that oval shape. Is that's a round shape, like an oval? You understand what's oval, right? I can't make it, I don't know how to explain it better than that. So that oval shape represents that huge, represents that body. And to that pinda, you put till. The till represents the subtle body, the mind, because it's fine. The till is fine. If you know till, it's very, very fine. That represents the mind. And they put honey upon it, you put chandan upon it, you put kumkum upon it, you put flowers upon it, you do arti upon it, you do agarbatti upon it, because that represents the body of your ancestor. And during Pitri Paksh, you do for 3 generations. You do for your father, you do for your father or mother, just the father or mother, father and mother, if it's both. You do to the father, mother, you do to the father and mother's fathers and mother, grandparents, your father, your grandfather, and your great-grandfather. Teen period, 3 ancestors ago. And now, today, this last day is Amavasya. When Amavas comes, that's the day for Pitras. And there are some South Indians, even here in this country, they do Tarpan every Amavas. Not only a short time, every Amavas they do Tarpan. Because the more you remember your Pitras, the more they are blessed. The more puja you do for your Pitras, the more they are blessed so that they can get into a good body, a good shape, as the case may be, they get into good homes, they're happy, they're satisfied, etc. Okay? And this is why we do Tarpan. Is there anybody has any question? I don't mind taking a question or two if you have any doubts, and I can see if I can answer it. I don't know if I can answer it, but anyone has any question about this? So if when you do this on the Pitri Paksh, you do father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, great-grandfather, great-grandmother, that's 6. Can we keep our child quiet, please? And the 7th one, you do a 7 you do. And the 7th one is for all the Pitras. Got it? Brothers, uncle, mosi, basi, whatever, nana, but whatever. You do for all your Pitras then. This is the reason why I do. And the Pitri Puja is very important. You know why? Because Pitri Dosh is very bad. You want to know why Pitri Dosh? Pitri Dosh is, how do I translate? Some people are born and they are born with defects, right? They are born with defects. They are born with genetic problems. They are born with lots of difficulties people are born with. At a young age, people get different diseases attacks them. Why this happen? Because it is carried over from one life to the other life. And this is why we do Pitra Puja, to satisfy all these things, to do that. And please remember, Ramcharitmanas is a beautiful chopai, this is in Ayodhya Kand, after Doha 92. A beautiful, is telling us that we must always try not to live in this life of delusion, but live in a life to understand that all these things happen to every one of us. But when we live in delusion, that this body is mine, this money is mine, this child is mine, you know, when we hunker after this, we will never get peace. You know what is Pitra Puja? Pitra Puja is for us to get moksha. Moksha don't mean that you are here and you're going to heaven. No, moksha means you live in this world, but you are free from its attachments. You got it? That is moksha. You are free from attachments. You're happy. No one can disturb you. Your mind is completely at ease, at peace. No matter what one says to you. So this Chopai says beautifully,
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Asabe Jare Nahi Ki Jai Rosu, Kaho He Bade Na De Dosu.
Bolo Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Mohan Vasa Sabha Sovandihara, Mohan Shah Sabha Sovandihara, Dekhe Ye Sabhana Aneka Prakara.
Bolo Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
और ऐसा विचार करना क्रोध करना चाहिए. Is it Pitripaksh? You work for the subtle body which is the mind, emotions. I told you all about that. I remind you, so the sun shines its rays, it goes on a bucket of water, and it reflects. All of us are a bucket, ghata. If not bucket, ghata, you all know what ghata is? Ghata is a goblet. And with the space in the goblet is called what? Ghata Akash. And when the goblet is broken, the Ghata Akash become Mahakash. This is what it's about. And the goblet, which is wronged, which is our physical body, Lakshman is telling Nishad, why? Don't get upset, because be not angry, nor vainly attribute blame to anybody. No, we always blame people, isn't it? We get angry with people, we blame everyone. और ना क्रोध ना किसी के व्यर्थ दोष देना चाहिए. सब मोह रूपी रात्रि से में सोने वाले हैं. We are all sleeping. What is that? मोह निशा सब सोवन निहारा. मोह निशा सब सोवन निहारा. देखे ये सपना अनेक विचार.
Shri Ram
night of delusion. And we dream dreams of all sorts of kinds. All sorts of people we dream about, all sorts of things we dream about. You know, your dream does not last more than 3 to 4 minutes. You know. Your dream does not last, is exactly the measurement of the days of the Pitra, same measurement. Your dream does not last for 3 to 4 minutes, and in that dream, you're gone from Bombay to Goa, Goa to Bombay, your head gets chopped off, the lion is after you, so many things around, you're sweating, you wake up sweating. 3 minutes, and you journey right across the world in that 3 minutes. And this is the nisha. This is the delusion that we sleep in. Yehi jag ja mene jag he jogi. Yehi jag ja mene jag he jogi. Paramarate prapal jabiyo.
Bolo Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Ram, Jai Ram,
Oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, Jane Yatapahe, Deva Jaga Jaga, Jane Yatapahe, Deva Jaga Jaga, Japa Sapa Vishaya Vilasa Viraga.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
और इस जगत रूपी रात्रि में योगी ही जागते हैं. In this night of delusion to ordinary man, the ascetics, the saints, they wake up during this time. When you go in and dance in the club, etc., 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 in the morning you sleep all morning, the yogis then wake up. And then what do they wake up for? They wake up to find out what is the highest truth. What is? Satchidananda Rupaya Vishvotpatya Dihetave Tapataya Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. We want to find that Satchidananda. And this is the truth that we look for. So I recapitulate what I said just now. This life, this physical body, is called the Sthula Sharir. Look at this. Look at the diagram. The sun is that Atma. The Atma shines in the water is reflected to everyone. The water is the Sukshma Sharir. As I explained to you just now, and I want to remind you again because it's very important for you to understand. Just like how the computer got all these wires and all these things, etc. And you plug in your computer, start up which is the sun, but the computer cannot work unless the hardware doesn't have what? Software. The software, which is the subtle body, you don't see it. But without that, the computer does not function. That subtle body, so if you want, I remind you about a bucket. When the bucket is, see the bucket there? When the bucket gets old, computer gets old, takes long to start up sometimes. It gives all kind of shivering and so forth. Computer gets old, and the bucket gets old, and the bucket starts to leak. All the water comes out. Then the Sukshma Sharir is out, and then the Sukshma Sharir goes and go into another body again. This is what life is about. Once we understand this, this is the reason why we do Pitra Puja. To help the subtle body or the Sukshma Sharir to get into another body with And although with all the karmas it has done, with our prayers and mantra japa and feeding of the Brahmins and so forth, we hope that this will happen. Zindagi ka safar hai kaisa safar koi samjha nahi
कोई जाना नहीं
जिंदगी का सफर है ये कैसे सफर कोई समझा नहीं
कोई जाना नहीं
what this life, what a journey it is. No one understands it, no one knows it. है ये कैसी डगर चलते हैं सब बगर कोई समझा नहीं
कोई जाना नहीं
जिंदगी को बहुत प्यार हमने दिया मौत से भी मोहब्बत निभाएंगे हम जिंदगी को बहुत
प्यार हमने दिया मौत से भी मोहब्बत निभाएंगे हम
रोते रोते जमाने में आए मगर हंसते हंसते जमाने से जाएंगे हम
रोते रोते ज़माने में आए मगर हंसते हंसते ज़माने से जाएंगे हम
जाएंगे
पर किधर है किसे ये खबर
कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना नहीं
जिंदगी का सफर कोई समझा नहीं कोई जाना नहीं
The poet is saying, we gave a lots of love to this life, but maut abhi mohabbat nibhaenge. But we have what one? We are afraid. We don't pay that reverence to death. Rote rote zamane aayenge. I came into this world how? Crying. Haste haste zamane. And I would like to leave this world how? Laughing. This is what life is. ऐसे जीवन भी है जो जिए ही नहीं जिसको जीने से पहले है मौत So in this world, while we are alive, let us try to put some credits to our subtle body. See the sun? See the sun there and the water? The water is our subtle body, is our sukshma sharir. Let us put some credit. You know, you got debit and credit? Instead of making the water discolored, let us try to distill the water. Got it? Instead of putting all kind of muck and garbage in the water, which when you drink it, you get very sick, make sure the water is distilled. You all got what I'm saying? Or am I with the cloud? Are you all in the cloud with me? Okay. So you distill that water, and at the same time, you make the bucket strong. How you make the bucket strong? By fasting and exercising. And you make the bucket strong. And don't eat sugar like what I did last night. You don't eat sugar. All of us have sweet tooth, you know. What can I tell you? I was brought up in a home that had mohan bhog every day. My father bring rot and mohan. What else would you eat? But rot and prasad in a pandit's home. So, the habit has left. But we have to keep the bucket strong. But the bucket will go. We have to understand no matter how strong you keep the bucket. But why you keep the bucket strong? You keep the bucket strong that while you are alive, you must be able to walk. While you are alive, you must be able to think. If someone asks you, I will trade you. I'll make you blind, trade between blindness and take away your memory. What will you take? Huh? What will you take? If someone says you have a choice, I can either take your 2 eyes or I can take your memory. One of the two. Which one will you take? Keep the memory. What should you do?
I don't know. I don't have a memory right now, so I have no idea.
Okay. You don't have a memory. Okay. All right.
Even now?
Well, if you don't have a memory, you have no choice then. Well, then you keep your eyes. Well, only, you know what? The wise person will keep his memory because he can think. Someone will lead him. Somebody can read to him. He can listen. He can hear radio tapes. He can hear. So we must keep the bucket strong and keep the water clean. If you remember this today, would you all remember all these things? You know much? And nature, please remember, nature doesn't hurry, yet everything gets accomplished. You all got it? When you have your food, chew 22 times before you swallow.
32.
How you remember? You're supposed to have 32 teeth, so you chew 32 times. And when you chew 32 times, your saliva is not just spit, you know. If you take it just spit, your saliva has what they call an enzyme in it. You know enzyme? Enzyme that assists these things to metabolize. I don't know what other word to put about it. So you can get the nutrients from it, put it that way. The saliva has an enzyme called, what's the saliva called? What's the enzyme of the saliva, pharmacist? What's the enzyme of the saliva? You don't know? Tyalin. Tyalin. But it is spelled P-T-Y-A-L-I-N, Tyalin. Very important for the starting of digestion. And you get a maximum effort when you chew 32 times, that Thailand gets mixed up in it. Very well. You understand? And it aids digestion. Very important. So nature does not hurry. Yet everything gets accomplished. Look at a flower. Before the flower comes as a flower, you see a little thing come out, a little bit. Then it only has a green leaves around it. Nothing, you can't see anything else. Then that bud goes through that green leaf, and then the bud starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and becomes a beautiful flower. It can't be done any other way. Nature is telling us, don't hurry. Everything will get accomplished. And water, there's nothing softer than water and more flexible. You agree? There's nothing softer and more flexible than water, but you try to resist it. You go to the ocean and try to resist it, and you will see. It means that not because you're soft, not because you're flexible, it means people can walk all over you. No. You can be soft, you can be flexible, yet you can have that resistance in you to prevent people taking advantage of you. So these two sayings I would like to leave with you. That water, we must be as soft as water, we must be as flexible as water, and the one before that is don't hurry. And you know, why hurry? You leave everything here in any case. Is that? You ever go by where the light changes from green to amber? And it's just coming red. How many people go with so speed against the red light? So if you're not careful, and you think the light is red and you have to, when the green comes on, you have to be careful to look at the traffic to make sure that person's not, because everyone is in a hurry. Everyone is in a hurry. This is a lesson in life too. We'll have one bhajan and I'll do the medical talk. Because I have a few important guests coming today, so.
Bhaju Govinda Jai Gopala.
Bhaj Govinda Jai Gopala.
Bhaju Govinda Jai Gopala.
Bhaj Govinda Jai Gopala.
Bhaju Murali Manohar Nandlala.
Bhaj Murali Manohar Nandlala.
Bhaju Murali Manohar Nandlala.
I've come into your home. I've come into your darbar, place where the meeting place. आपके दरबार में what do I bring? फूल श्रद्धा के चढ़ाने आ गए।
फूल श्रद्धा के चढ़ाने आ गए, आपके दरबार में हम आ गए।
I brought my flowers, I brought my faith. I must always remember the word Shraddha comes from Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. You have to have faith in the things you do. आपके दरबार में
आ गए, फूल श्रद्धा के चढ़ाने आ गए, आपकी दरबार में हम आ गए।
मार्ग मंजिल के कोई परवाह नहीं।
मार्ग मंजिल की कोई परवाह नहीं।
मार्ग मंजिल के कोई परवाह नहीं।
मार्ग मंजिल की कोई परवाह नहीं।
लोक निंदा के कोई परवाह नहीं।
लोक निंदा की कोई परवाह नहीं।
आपके दीदार को हम आ गए।
आपके दीदार को हम आ गए। फूल श्रद्धा के चढ़ाने आ गए। फूल श्रद्धा के चढ़ाने आ गए, आपके दरबार को हम आ गए।
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है।
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है।
मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है।
सेवा के बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है।
ओ श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है।
सेवा के बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो
ओ श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है।
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो
ओ गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है।
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है।
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है।
सेवा के बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो
ओ श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है।
सेवा के बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो
ओ श्री बाके बिहारी नंदलाल मेरो है।
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है।
गोविंद मेरो है, गोपाल मेरो है।
I've been speaking about gut, the last 3 or 4 sessions, I think it was, I spoke to you all about acid reflux. I told you that when your acid, as you get older, your acid gets less in your stomach. And when your acid gets less in your stomach, that bacteria invades. Hello, G. When the acid gets into the stomach, when the acid gets low into the stomach, bacteria invades the stomach, and then the food does not get digested properly, get fermented, goes into the small intestine, and you get what? What do you get? SIBO. What is SIBO? Small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, right? And then absorption does not take me, bloating, etc., etc., etc. I told you all these things. Now, I just want to summarize for you some of these things that you should remember and learn about. That there's something which you have, I don't know if you have heard about it, I've talked about it before, I don't know if you remember. It's called leaky gut syndrome. To put it very, very, very simple, when you don't have good bacteria, when your bacteria in your small bowel, especially small bowel, when the proper bacteria that belongs to that small bowel is diminished or is depleted, it nibbles on that, what we call the mucosa. Is it mucosa a big word for you? Mucosa, I mean, there's one cell layer there in your gut. It nibbles on it, it eats it, and when it eats it, bacteria goes in, bad bacteria goes in, goes into your bloodstream. That's called the leaky gut syndrome. Now, for you to understand leaky gut syndrome, you have to read up about it also. You just can't, I just give you a quick overview of it, but you have to go and read up about it. It's very, very, very important. And so, to increase the diversity of your gut fiber, you see the column there with the increase? Fiber. Fiber is very important. What kind of a fiber? Leafy vegetables. Remember this? Leafy vegetables, salads, these are the things that will increase your gut bacteria and make your gut bacteria strong. Many people would, we were not brought up on salad. I don't know if you all were brought up on salad, but I was never brought up on salad. Salad was something that I learned when I went to Jamaica into medical school. Even then, I never got salad. When I came over here, then I heard about salad. Never liked it. But now, I like it because I know what it can do for you. So salad, because it's not easily digestible, the bacteria feeds on that, and the bacteria grows. So it is very, very important. Different veggies, you see that? Different veggies like broccoli, Brussels sprouts for those who are English, and cauliflower, not like how you cook it here. We kill the cauliflower. I'm talking about living cauliflower. Living cauliflower, you can saute it a little bit if you want, but you don't kill it. So, and then don't be overweight, you must lose weight. Fasting, to increase good bacteria in your gut, fasting is so important. 1 or 2 days a month, you should observe 24-hour water fast. 1 or 2 days per month, observe 24 hours water fast. By that, I mean the day before at 6 o'clock you eat, the next day you start with water or coffee if you want, or tea, any of these things, but not milk, not juices, water or coffee or tea. And the whole day, that's what you have. Evening also you have it, till next morning. Then it completes the 24 hours. Water fast is very important, Because what water fast does, it causes you. Somebody's talking at the back there. Can they be a little bit? Is there no one there? Go tell the pundit to tone it down a little bit at the back there. I suppose not. Anyhow, so the fasting is important because it acts on your body fat, and the body fat gives you ketones, and the ketones is very important for your brain and for your nerves. I've told you that about 100 times, and I'm telling you that again today, why fasting is so important. And this is why I have to go off the medical talk a little bit and say that is why Hindus prescribe so many days of fasting per month. You have Ekadasi fast, you have Trayodasi fast, you have all these fasts. Fasting, there is something called polyphenols, which I want to talk more about, and fermentation. Fermentation is something called lactulose. You all heard about lactulose? Lactulose, kimchi, sauerkraut, all these things are very good to grow bacteria in your gut. When the bacteria in your gut is strong, you know what is good for you? Anybody knows what comes, 90% of what comes from your gut? Let me ask you all a question. 90% of what comes from your gut that is good for your body? Can anybody tell me? 90% of your immune system comes from your gut. 90% of your immune system comes from your gut. And that is why it's important that we should try to keep good, healthy gut. The leaking of the gut you must prevent. Try to keep the ketones in the gut and keep all these things healthy so the gut becomes what? Gut becomes strong, your immune system becomes good. What decreases our bacterial diversity? What decreases it? Snacking. Snacking on chocolate chips, plantain chips, banana chips, all these things. Bad for you. What people buy, that red thing, what do you call it? That red thing that you sell in the bag, Doritos. You don't know Doritos? You don't know Doritos? You have Doritos at your house, so you may not know Doritos. Doritos, corn chips, all these are bad. Bad. No good. Next one is what? I can't see the next one. What's the next one?
Sugar.
Sugar. Now, can we make sure those people, Bala, whoever is walking that door there, can you ask them if they can be a little kinder to me and don't keep so much noise and blam the door? So, sugar. Sugar must be a no-no for you. Okay? Sugar must be a no-no. Because what sugar does, when sugar goes into your gut, it decreases your good bacteria from your gut. All right? Antibiotics. Please do not go to a doctor who, as he sits at his desk, without examining you, he prescribes an antibiotics to you. Antibiotics is dangerous. I'm not saying that antibiotics should not be used. Please don't go and tell people that I say that antibiotics should not be used. Of course antibiotics must be used, but it must be used sparingly and only when it is of paramount importance. Then you must use antibiotics. And when you use the antibiotics, try to use things like lactulose, probiotics, yogurt. Excuse me, can we keep a little quiet at the back there, please? Hello? Can you tone it down, please? Too much talking going on at the back there. The antibiotics, when you use it, use yogurt. But not all yogurt is what? Good. Yogurt mixed with sweetener, like, strawberry yogurt tastes nice, doesn't it? Pineapple yogurt, nice. But the ordinary yogurt without anything does not taste that good, right? Like, once you get a liking for the sugary things, then the things without sugar, oh my God, it's terrible. Speaking from personal experience. All right. GMO. You all know what GMO is, right? GMO, when you grow things the fast way, give them steroids, etc. It's called genetic, modified, whatever. And then artificial sweetener. These are things that I'm saying this because you should remember these things. Artificial sweetener. People say, oh, I don't use sugar, but I use artificial sweetener. Artificial sweetener is very bad for you. Extremely bad for you. What is it? Overweight, frequent eating, and last one is stress. Stress gives you your gut health very bad for you, stress. De-stress yourself by meditation. De-stress yourself by satsang, and these will help you. And when your gut bacteria is good, your insulin resistance becomes better, gets less. Insulin resistance, weight loss, inflammation. People with rheumatoid arthritis, I have rheumatoid arthritis. People with rheumatoid arthritis, if your gut is really healthy, your inflammatory system is lesser and lesser and lesser. Allergy. Your immunity is good. Nutrient, bioavailability. So try to see whether we can have these sorts of things for us. Fermentation. Our food should be fermented. When you cook dal, you should soak the dal the night before, because it takes away all those things which are bad for you. And then cook it the next day. Or if you can ferment things, that is why our Indians in India, all these things like idli and all these things, they are fermented food. And fermented yogurt, they are very good for us. So again, if you are to take antibiotics, or if you know anybody who's taken antibiotics, please ask them to go and get yogurt or some probiotic, lactose, something from the pharmacist. What do they have for probiotics these days, pharmacists? You know? Huh?
Variety of them.
What?
Variety of them they have.
आप नहीं, आप pharmacist है? वो pharmacist है, आप नहीं है, अब तक आप नहीं है. Exactly, later on maybe, but he's a pharmacist. Anyhow, you can go to the shop, get some probiotics, and double your probiotics when you take antibiotics, because you want the antibiotics kill your healthy bacteria in your gut. And that is why antibiotics, I don't know if when you've used it, it gives you diarrhea, it gives you nausea, it gives you vomiting. Antibiotics are not good, but it is necessary from time to time, and when you have to take it, please take some probiotic with you. Okay, I could take 2 questions before I go to Gita Dhyana. Any question from anyone? Yeah. Any questions? Okay. It either means that you all understand everything, or it can mean, pharmacists don't go home and then send me a message tonight on my phone or something that you don't understand. So here's your chance to ask me anything that you want to find out. Otherwise, we'll go straight to Gita Dhyana. Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam
Narayana Swayam
Vyasena Gatitat Purana Murinam
Murti Mahabharatam
Advaita Mitavarshire Bhagavate
Ashtadashadhyayini
Batva Vadasaldada Vibhagavat
Gite Bhavadveshini
Navostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe
Phullar Vindayat Patra Netra
Yedatvaya Bharata Taila Pura
Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradeepa
Prapalla Parijataya
Trotravetre Kapale
Jnanamuddhaya Krishnaya
Gita Tuhe Namaha
Sarvopadishado Gavo
Dukta Gopala Nandana
Partho Vatsa Sudir Bhukta
Dukta Gita Amritam Mahat
Vasudeva Sutam Devam
Kamsa Chanur Mardanam
Devaki Paramadandam
Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru
Vishwadura Tata Jaya Tata Jala
Gandhari Lotara
Salyagrahavati Kripedavahadi
Karni Ravila Kula
Ashwathama Vikarra Ghora Bakara
Duryodhana Vartini
Sotirna Kalupada Vairadadadhir
Kaivartaka Keshava
Parasariya Vachasaroja Babalam
Gitath Gandhotatam
Nana Kyadaka Kesaram Harikatha
Sambodhana Bodhitam
Loke Sajjada Shatpadaira Haraha
Pipiyamana Muda
Uyad Bharata Pankajam Kalibala
Pradvam Shriyam Shriyase
Mukam Karoti Vachalam
Bhangum Langayate Girim
Yat Kripatamaham Bande
Paramananda Madhavam
Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta
Stunvanti Divyastave
Vedai Sagapada Prabhu Parashidair
Gayantiyam Samaga
Yanag Vastida Tadagatena Manasam
Pashyantiyam Yogino
Yasyaltam Navidu Sura Suragara
Devaya Tasmai Namah
Chapter 2, verse 22. Vasasya jirnani yatha vihaya Vasasya jirnani yatha vihaya Navani grihnani naroparane It's on the screen now, so you can see it. Vasa sejirani yatha vihaya Navani grinani naroparane Tatha sharirani vihaya jiran Nanyani sanyati navani dehi Nanyani sanyani navani dehi
Shri Krishna Govind Hari Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva
Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari this shloka is telling us vasadsi, garments, jirnani, old and worn out, yatha, just as, vihai, giving up, and what? Navani, new garments. We give up the old garments and we take on the new garments. This is what this body is like. This body, as I said, when the bucket gets old, the bucket gets rotten, it starts to leak, and then it leaks out all the water. And when all the water leaks out, then of course you have to get a new bucket to put the water in. So just like how you take your old clothes and you put it, and you get rid of them, and you put the new clothes on, similarly, in this period of Pitra Paksh, we ask, we do Pitra Puja in our homes. We call Brahmins and Sadhus and feed them because we want our Pitras to be tripped. Tripyata, tripyata, tripyantam. This is what it says. Tripyantam means that they must be not be thirsty. And when you get that, the Bhagavad Gita is telling us this is what happens to life. Life is like this. You get rid of the old and you're in with the new. And this is what life is all about. We are going to do Hanuman Chalisa and then meditation.
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान भूत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे तुम रक्षण काहू को डरना तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे
जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा हनुमान जी हनुमान जी हनुमान जी
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे
मन क्रम मचल ध्यान जो लावे
सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा
जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा
और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे
सोई अमित जीवन बल पावे
चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा
हे पर सिद्धि जगत उजियारा
साध संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
अष्ट से सिनौने नित्य जाता
असवर दीन जानकी माता
राम रसायन तुमरे पासा
सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा
तुमरो बल
को पावे
भज राम को भावे
जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे
अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाए
जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई
और देवता चेतन धरई हनुमत से ईश्वर सुर करे हनुमान जी हनुमान जी हनुमान जी
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
संकल्प करे जय सब तेरा
जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलवीरा
जय 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 हनुमान बसाए
कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई
बार बात कर कोई
छूते ही बंदी महासुख होई
रोया पर हनुमान चालीसा
होई सिद्धि साखी गौरी शान
तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा विजय नाथ जय बहरेरा
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान ओ सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान ओ सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
पवन तनय संकट हरण मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित जय भगवान
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
प्रेम से बोलो पवन सुत हनुमान की जय. Laj, you want to talk about Diwali before I do meditation because you have to go elsewhere? Come and talk. Give me a mic, please. Come. Hey, listen. Yeah.
Hello. Namaskar. So our big day is approaching fast, October 9th, and most of the things are finalized. We have free parking permit at Go Station Langstaff, and we are going to have Rath there, and Rath will start 1 o'clock. We got the police permit, and we got the city permit Friday. So we are waiting for one last strip on Young Street from region, which we expect by Friday. So I like everybody to come and enjoy the day. We will have free parking, free entry, free snack, free food, free dinner, and free fireworks. So everything is free. I think we should bring all the families, all the friends. So we're adding a new item this week, that's a Ramayan play. We are going to have 1 hour stage play downstairs from 3 to 4. And we are adding one more new thing, which I'm going to announce, Dr. Ji, now, is we're going to add Hanumanji with Banar Sena. So we are trying to get them to walk in front of the parade. So we will have Hanumanji, possibly Bali and Angad with Banar Sena, and they will be coming on Young Street first time in Canada. Hanumanji will come down with his Sena first time in Canada, and they will enter the parking lot, and then we'll have Ramji, Sita, Lakshman coming around. And I like, on behalf of Dr. Dubey Vishnu Temple and all of our committee members, to bring everybody you know, any faith, doesn't matter, everybody is welcome, and enjoy the day and support this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lodge. Lodge is working very hard, and he's going out to a few other temples to talk, so that I give him this opportunity before meditation. Now we go to meditation. Prabhu Ji, daya karo, man mein aana baso.
प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो
तुम बिना लागे सुना,
तुम बिना लागे सुना
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो.
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो.
चलता मलता पूजा नहीं जानू,
तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानू.
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू.
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू.
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको,
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको.
अब तो आकर बाहर धरो.
अब तो आकर बाहर धरो.
प्रभु We do 2 pranayams. Are we going to meditation, or let us meditate on our ancestors or Pitras? Meditate, meditate. सहरावतु सहरौभुरक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनापथितमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरिः ओम। Rub your hands together, put it over your face, and ask that may all that energy which is in the fingertips comes to you, bless you, guide you, protect your parents, your ancestors during this period of Pitri Paksh, which today is the last day for it. So today, we pray and ask Bhagavan to bless all our Pitras. Priti Bhoj is sponsored by Dr. Steve and Mrs. Rashmi Gupta and family, together with Pandit Kileshwar and family, Kileshwar Mathur in memory of his mom Tikadei, Pandit Bhoja's sister and brother Totaram, also quite a few devotees of the temple, and we have with us, of course, Dr. Steve Gupta with us. We'd like him to, what are the announcements? Diwali Mela and Shobha Yatra on 9th, not this Sunday, the following Sunday. We'll have a chariot, we'll go right all around. We are going to bring it here. We ought to get a television screen outside, a big television screen, and we are going to do fireworks, and we free food to everybody. Free food, free mithai, free everything. We have a few sponsors for these already, but we have big fireworks over at least 15-20 minutes where all the children, everybody to see. We'll have a Ramayana play, and the Ramayana play will be inside and also outside. So if you get a television screen, depends on the cost of it, then we will broadcast things on the line, because we're hoping to have at least 5,000-6,000 people. People will not be allowed to park in here. They'll park at the GO station, and they can walk from there to come here, or somebody can drop them off, and they can go there. And of course, if the Premier comes and a few other dignitaries comes, they will be allowed to park here. A few of our good sponsors, etc., they'll be allowed to park here. The Navratri starts tomorrow, October 26th, and we start in the morning with Durga Saprashati at 9 o'clock in the morning, and in the evening is Navratri Puja, goes on till about 8:30, then we have Garba after that, every day. Kathak dance classes by Hemant Panwar, harmonium classes, tabla classes. Anything else? Thanksgiving food, right? Now, I'm going to ask... Oh, of course. Next Sunday is Gandhiji's birthday. And because of all the defacement that took place with the Gandhi statue, we're hoping to have a big Gandhi birthday celebration. So a lot of activities. 2nd of October is Gandhi birthday. 9th of October, Diwali Mela. 16th of October is the marathon. Because people are sponsoring me to walk, of course. I'll be walking 5 kilometers. Steve, you should come. Gandhi's birthday is next Sunday. We start at 11:30, but usually 12 o'clock. We are not going to give any, pretty bhoj will not be given until the Gandhi celebration is over. So that's that. And if the Bal Bihar is here, then the children will be, they'll come and do the anthem, and then they will come and eat. Anything else? I will ask Dr. Gupta to say a few words to us. He has, where is it? He has been a big supporter of our dialysis clinic. Last time we did the gala at his place, cost $90,000, which he write off for us. He has built our yoga center upstairs, which we have not opened yet officially, because we want to put some glass and make it nice, because he's a fancy guy, so we don't want to get anything up there that he don't like, that he does. So he's here with us. We like.
Thank you, Dr. Dubey. Jai Mata Ki, everyone. And it's nice to be here. I don't come here often, but every time I come, I'm telling you the peace of mind that this temple has, the energy and the vibration in the temple as soon as you enter. I was sitting, I did only a couple minutes meditation, but unbelievable, Dr. Dubey. Thank you very much what you do for all of us, so it's nice. The only thing I say to you, I know today is the last day of Navratras, and we pay our respects to our ancestors, and wherever they are, their souls rest in peace, and God bless them. But I also request all of you, and we all should do that. I should do that too. When my parents were here, I did my best what I could, and we should take care of the parents and our elders when they're alive. Give them the respect, the love, and the care that they deserve. They gave us when we were children. I think that's much more important, and be kind to everyone, I'll share a small little story that it may help all of us. And there was a old lady, and she used to make rotis every day, and one roti she'll keep it out and give it to a fakir Baba, sadhu. And he'll come and he will say, तेरा किया हुआ बुरा तेरे पास ही रह जाएगा और तेरा किया हुआ अच्छा तेरे पास लौट के जरूर आएगा. And somehow she did not like, because he was emphasizing on तेरा किया हुआ बुरा तेरे पास रह जाएगा और तेरा किया हुआ अच्छा तेरे पास लौट के जरूर आएगा. So after a few days or a few weeks, she got a little upset because her son was in the army and he was held by the enemies. He was in their jail. So she was disturbed, obviously, and so she decided that one day that I'm going to put some poison in the roti. That she was so fed up. And she did. And she put it over there, and before the sadhu came, her conscience did not allow her to do that. So before sadhu came, she replaced the roti. And sadhu came, picked up the roti, and he was going on his way and saying the same thing. Tera kiya hua bura tere paas hi reh jayega aur tera kiya hua acha tere paas laut ke zarur aayega. So when he was going, the sadhu, on the way, he met a young man who was going home. He was hungry for many days, and he gave that roti to him, the sadhu. And when he came home, he ate that roti, and he told his mother that I met this sadhu, I would have died if I didn't have that piece of roti. And he gave it to me, and he was saying, Tera kiya hua bura tere paas hi reh jayega, aur tera kiya hua acha tere paas laut ke zarur aayega. That lady started crying, literally crying, that had I left that roti with that poison, my son would have died. So be kind to everybody, that's all I say. We all have to do the good things. Sometimes we are disturbed, but yet never lose control of the God is there to help us. And that's all I'll say. You're all very, very good. I see people here for years and years, they're devoted and spending their time in the worship here in the temple. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you, Dr. Dubey, for what you do. God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Gupta. Dr. Gupta promised to get the premier to come here on the 9th of October. Not only that, but he promised me, well, he'll try. He will try to get a long lease for the land. And just like how we built a senior's home over there, we'll build a bigger one over here. He's hoping that we will get this, and I know that if he promised, it will happen. So Dr. Gupta has been very kind to us, and we are very grateful for all that he has done for us. Today is a great honor for us in our temple that we have the Senior Minister of Finance from the Guyana government with us here today. He came to attend the dinner an inaugural function of the Guyana Chamber of Commerce twinning with Canada, and he was there last night. And he is a very brilliant economist. When you hear him speak, you know how brilliant he is. His father used to come to the temple during pre-COVID time, quite a lot, but I haven't seen him recently. And this is one of our brilliant ministers in Guyana, brilliant. And it's a pleasure to know someone with such brilliance in economics, finances. He spoke last night for quite a bit without any paper whatsoever. So Steve, this is all the pride of our country, Dr. Ashley Singh.
Thank you very much, Panditji. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, worshippers at the Vishnu Mandir. Sitaram.
Sitaram. He said Sitaram to you all, though.
Well,
I thought he was saying to me only. But
Panditji, let me say to you and my dear brothers and sisters, what a great pleasure and privilege it is for me to be able to join you in satsang this morning. You quite rightly point out that my father has attended satsang at this mandir frequently. In fact, both my parents and my sister and brother-in-law and their children have been over the years regular worshippers at Vishnu Mandir. And I have heard from them of the phenomenal work that you've done in establishing this beautiful mandir. It is incidentally my first visit to Vishnu Mandir. I've heard through them of the phenomenal work that you have done under your own distinguished and strong leadership in establishing, expanding, and further strengthening this beautiful mandir, and the other support facilities that you've established, including the home for the elderly, and I understand you have a number of other training facilities and other facilities providing important social services at the mandir. And so I wish, Panditji, first of all, to compliment you and thank you for this remarkable work that you are doing in service to the Hindu community of Toronto and further afield. I do also, of course, know of the vastness of your humanitarian work beyond the confines of this mandir. And that work includes, of course, work in the healthcare space in Guyana. In fact, for many years, the dialysis center which you established first on the east coast of Demerara, and then additionally on the in Berbice, New Amsterdam. It's at on the Currentine.
Hospital. Yes.
I know from multiple direct testimonies the tremendous service that these facilities have provided, and in many cases, literally saving people's lives by helping them to access dialysis treatment, whereas they might otherwise have been unable to do so, or certainly unable to do so affordably and within their means. And so, and I give these only as examples to say to you, Panditji, that the work that you are doing and the work that you are doing with the support of the membership of this mandir is worthy of the highest commendation. And I wish, on behalf of the President and on behalf of our government, to thank you very much for this remarkable service. Thank you and all of my brothers and sisters for this remarkable service that you continue to provide in the interest of not only the Hindu community, but the Guyanese community and humanity more widely. Wherever I travel, I always try, if I'm able, to have the opportunity to visit and attend satsang if my travel schedule permits it. And so when I knew that I was going to be here for Sunday morning, so I'm going to Ottawa, I have meetings in Ottawa. As Pandit mentioned, I had an event last night in Toronto, but I have meetings at the governmental level tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday in Ottawa. But when I saw that my schedule would allow me Sunday morning in Toronto, I confirmed immediately that satsang would be on Sunday morning at the mandir. And then, as my good fortune would have it, I had the privilege of meeting you last evening, which, of course, hardened my resolve to ensure that I'm here this morning. It is always a pleasure to join with my Hindu brothers and sisters in worship in satsang, not least because, as you know better than I do, our Hindu dharma and our Hindu scriptures are filled with important lessons for life, lessons by which we can derive all that we need to guide us in all that we do. Lessons that distinguish very clearly in our minds the right from the wrong, the good from the bad, the virtuous from the not so virtuous. I'm sorry that I missed your whole
That's okay.
service. I hope that I can repair that on a future occasion.
Sure.
But I want to say to you, my brothers and sisters, that you are to be commended for your continued faithfulness and adherence to our Hindu dharma. You are to be commended for remaining faithful to the principles by which we are taught to live our lives. And in all that we do, in literally all that we do, we have a duty constantly to remind ourselves of these lessons, the lessons of doing the right thing, doing good for all around us, doing good without expectation of reward, being of service, and through all of this, being courageous in the face of evil, adversity, and negativity. I could go on for a very long time and give multiple examples of how we face these challenges in whatever we do, whether it is in the place of work, whether it is in business, whether it is in government and politics. Each one of us constantly, even within our own families, every day we are confronted by choices and decisions. And in making those choices and forming those decisions, we have a richness from which to draw in our Hindu dharma. So Panditji, thank you very much. It's not my intention to give a long speech today. Thank you very much. And it's wonderful to be here today. Congratulations and thanks again for your wonderful work, and keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you, doctor. Please have a seat. You got a jar of lunch, I hope, because a big special food for you. Dr. Gupta over there provided some special food for you, which I hope you will like. And we would like to conclude. We are doing a marathon next week. So you ready? Yeah. A marathon next week, the 16th, for the dialysis clinic. Dr. Singh, lots of people who supported the dialysis clinic are not from Guyana. That gentleman in the back there with the mask there, he's Dr. Gupta. He is a big supporter of our clinic. He's from India, but he is over here. He's one of our premier Indian citizen of Canadian origin, of Canadian citizen of Indian origin in this country. He's we will meet with him. We'll have lunch together, and I'll tell you more about him. He has supported our dialysis clinic in a huge way. One day he asked me how much for a machine. I said $22,000. Next day he sent a check for me, $22,000. We had a dinner meeting at his hotel. He has many hotels, and it was $93,000. I just told the people, he just wrote it off. So this is the kind of support that we got, so we can afford to give people. Before the government is giving money for dialysis, there were 16 people that we were giving free dialysis to. Because if we did not give them dialysis, they would die. They had no eyes, because diabetes destroys your eyes, it destroys your legs, it destroys your kidneys. And we were able to do this because of people like these and the supporters of Vishnu Mandir, all the supporters here. They all give their pennies and cents to provide this service. And I think they did this because they had some faith in me. And they had more faith in me than the nephrologist from McMaster. Because when I told the nephrologist from McMaster, I'm going to set up a dialysis clinic in Guyana. They said to me, I don't think you can do it. I said, just watch me. And so we set it up, and now we have one in Annandale, we have one in Berbice, and in 2 weeks' time, we are opening up in Aparica. So because we have people from Leguan, Wickenham, Essequibo coming straight to Annandale, and that's too far for them. So we are going to open it and with everybody's help, and the Divine Mother, we have to go ahead.
Dr. Dubé, Minister Ashley, dear devotees, Dr. Dubé mentioned, and you all know we are participating in this marathon. Dr. Dubé mentioned he's a man of inroads. On October 16th, he is leading the way. He will be doing the marathon 5K in downtown Toronto with us. So again, if you have not signed up to participate in the marathon, please go to our Vishnu Mandir website, www.vishnumandir.com/marathon, and all of the information is there. We are outside to sign you up. We have over 40 or 50 folks that will be doing the marathon with Dr. Dubé in downtown Toronto. And there's also the virtual option. So wherever you are, in New York, across Canada, even in Guyana, you can join us in the virtual option. Get in touch with us. Pandit Boj is leading the way on the virtual option with about 15 or 20 of us doing that. To date, I'm pleased to announce, with all of the support we've been getting, that we have raised over $115,000. Of course, Dr. Dubé has set our target for 150, and I'm sure that we will get there with your support. It is very easy for us to donate. Parvati is just scrolling there, so when you go into our website, you just click on donate, and you scroll down, and you will just pick one of the participants. Scroll up there a bit more. Okay. See, there's Dr. Dubé. He has raised over $25,000. And you'll see all of the folks who are participating. There's over 40 or 50, and it's total transparency in terms of how much you're raising, who is donating. We're casting our net very widely, so I look forward to your support. Next week, I'll be back to talk a bit more about the logistics of getting to downtown Toronto for the runners and those who want to come down to cheer us on. So thank you again for your support, and God bless you, and thank you again, Minister, for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you to everybody, and we are going to start for Aarti, and there's Bhojan, nice prasad downstairs, kheer, all sorts of nice things, because Dr. Gupta has sponsored today, and Kailesh, Mathur from Mathura, from New York, and others. Aarti.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Jagadish Hare
भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट,
चल में दूर करे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
जो ध्यावे तुझको अर्पण मेरा तुझको अर्पण क्या लागे मेरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय। धर्म की जय हो अधर्म का नाश हो प्राणियों में सद्भावना हो विश्व का कल्याण हो। हर हर महादेव।